Hello everybody, it is Michael here from My Retirement Trading, and today we're going to talk about my weekly recap from the week ending October 3rd, 2025, which is a little bit late because I was at the Blossom Social Investor Tour in New York City this past Friday, and so we're definitely a little bit late on this. But anyway, we're going to talk about that too, and what an amazing event it was, and all the amazing people, and a lot of things that I learned and everything. But before I get into this, I must state that this is not financial advice or a recommendation, and it is for entertainment purposes only. So let's get into it. Well, the reason I was late with this recap this week is I went to the Blossom Investor Tour in New York City at the Nasdaq building, and it was amazing. I would recommend anybody who has thoughts of going to one of these events, definitely go. It was such a blast. It exceeded my wildest expectations. I met so many great people and heard a lot of good conversations on their panels and things like that. It was just amazing. I met Maxwell and Brandon. Some of the founders of Blossom. They both were a class act, very amazing. I met, when I first got there, I met Joseph Hoque outside of Let's Talk Money, the bow tie guy, and he was really nice. And that was great. And then when I got into the place, I met Marcos and Ari when I first got there. I talked to Ari first for a little while. And then I talked to, that's Ari Gutman. He's got a show on YouTube called Masters of the Market. And Marcos Milla, he's got a great YouTube channel. And I talked to Marcos for a while too. And these guys were like really amazing. They were just, way smarter than I even imagined, and just seemed like really good, wholesome people. I met Numbers with Nina. She's real popular on the Blossom. And I think she was on Ari's show before, the Masters of the Market. I met David from Quantify, and got to tell him in person that my success what my success was since I purchased that fund. It was a huge gain in a short amount of time, like a few weeks. And so that felt good, and he seemed like a really nice guy. And anyway, so I met a lot of nice people. So anyway, that's the reason I was late. And then I'm going to talk just a little bit more about the event, and then we'll get into the recap. Well, I don't know if any of y'all can see this, but I've got my Blossom Social t-shirt that I got at the event, and I'm wearing it proudly because it's a great community. And if you want to see what my portfolio is, just go to blossomsocial.com and look up Michael Brownstein, and I'll have a link to this in my description. Anyway, it's a great community. I would definitely check it out. It's superb. And got some swag from them. I got a Blossom bag. And one thing that I got that was really awesome, I got a t-shirt from David from Quantify. Their BTGD. It's a nice t-shirt, and I'm an investor in the fund, and it's done well so far for me. Time will definitely tell, but it's been a good one so far. Anyway, and so let's get into the recap. Well, my total distributions this week in my passive income investing account, that is full of covered called ETFs, and my cash account, the non-crypto part, I received $330.25. And the crypto part of my cash account, I received $303.99. And then in my IRA, I got paid on my Vanguard VU $1,601.96. That pays quarterly for a grand total of $2,236.20. Well, we head over to my spreadsheet, my cash account, and we go see what these payments are. The first one is QDVO. I received $29.57. That was on a cost basis of $2,763.99. And I first got into that in July 10th, 2025. Then the next one was ULTY. And I have 10,000. ULTY says $10,902.21. And I received $183.27. So those 2,007 shares paid pretty good. This is a weekly pair. You see all the gaps are filled up. YMAX by Yieldmax, I got $15.13, and my original investment on this is $1,315.90. And then NVII by Rex shares, I received $102.28. And that's on $6,809.73. So all total, I had 3 weekly pairs and then the QDVO, and it added up to $330.25. Well, we head over to the crypto part of my passive income covered call option-based portfolio. And we got 3 distributions this week. The first one was YETH by Roundhill. I got paid $57.49, and I got a cost basis of $3,200.48. So $57.49 on YETH. Then YBTC by Roundhill, I received $201.87. And I have $20,103.88 in that one. And the last one is XBTY by Granite Shares. I received a payment of $44.63. And I got $2,440.51 in that one. So the total of all these was $303.99. What's changed or what's new this week? Well, I went to the Blossom Investor Tour in New York City at the Nasdaq building. So that was something new that happened this week. But as far as my investments, I bought BLOX, BLOX, for the first time. I bought 100 shares of that. And then I added 400 more shares of QDVO. And I sold 200 shares of GPIX. And I decided this would be better for some more growth in my portfolio. So I want to talk about that right now. Well, head over to stockanalysis.com. I would definitely check it out. It's a great website to check out stock and ETF analysis. Very good. I love using their comparison tool. So I plugged in QDVO and GPIX, and I decided that I wanted to sell some of the GPIX because the distribution rate wasn't as high as some of my other ones. And so I was kind of leaning towards going into this QDVO, so I plugged both these in, and I found out year to date it was 16.76% rate of return for QDVO and only 13.01% for GPIX. So I decided to swap those out. And if you go out to a 1 year on this, a 1 year QDVO was 26.94% versus 17.18% for GPIX. So that's the reason I made this swap. In conclusion, it was a fantastic week. I received $2,236.20 in my passive income investing covered call portfolio, and from my Vanguard VU, which I get quarterly payments, and that was $1,601.96 for a total of $2,236.20. I would call that a great week of distributions or dividends. And I went to the Blossom Investor Tour in New York City at the Nasdaq, and I met a lot of great people there. And one more guy I forgot to mention, I met Hunter from Yieldmax, and he seemed like a really nice guy, and we struck up a nice conversation. And I was telling him how I made a video about if I could pay my card note with ULTY, and he seemed to get a kick out of that. But anyway, I met a lot of great people. Everybody I met, I really appreciate every one of you. You guys are amazing. And on that note, until next time, I will catch you all later.